What's up, boys? How we doing today?
Good morning.
Not too bad.
Is everyone enjoying the slight burst of warm weather we're getting here?
It's fantastic.
It is
Kyle,
something
you?
else. I have been enjoying it.
Yesterday was nice. Today's nice. Tomorrow will be horrible.
Yep. We're dropping back down to the low 50s, upper 40s for the next 10, 14 days as our highs.
Yeah, that's terrible. And it's been cold for the last few days.
Well,
Huh.
that's why I think they're going to be biting today.
I hope. There's a big, big hope there. Well, before we continue, let's talk about our weeks. Did anybody actually get out and do anything fishy?
Well, I did because we went together one day, hit the river, caught myself a little smallie. Might as well have been a creek smallie, honestly, but hey, a catch is a catch.
Yeah. We did go out to a river the day after recording last weekend, and it was a good day. I caught one as well, of nice little 14-inch smallie on the Bellows Gill 3.8 inch on a twist lock hook, so that was a good time. It was unexpected. We didn't really think we were going to catch much. We were kind of just checking the spot out for the first time in
A while.
I think we tried that spot early on in the summer and then moved to creeks, a couple other creeks, where this is a little bit bigger of a river, a little bit more of a current situation, but it was still a good time. Couldn't believe that we actually caught something. I didn't expect it. The weather had been cold and whatnot, but still a good time. Kyle, how about you? You get to do anything fun through the week, or just been kind of like a mundane week?
I've been at home resting the hand. The hand's finally a lot better, but now everybody's sick, so I've been dealing with sick kids.
Nothing's more terrible than young sick kids. Like, older sick kids is fine, because it's like they can handle it all on their own, pretty much.
Yeah, I got kids
Oh my
wiping shit
gosh.
on the walls.
Yeah, buggers everywhere. You're just like, oh boy, I want to be done with this. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I only went out one other day that you didn't go out. I went out to the church pond and threw what did I throw? Oh, the Mega Bass Vision 110 Junior, which is hilarious. Because the only reason I have that is because you caught it, James. Remember, you caught it in a pond and reeled it in, and you had it on your line, on your lure, and I took it from you. I never used it, put it to use at the pond, caught two, a little over a pounders, but, something's always better than nothing, especially on stressful days. So that was a fun time. But, yeah, it's starting to kind of slow down for the year, kind of traveling into that winter season, but that's okay. Unfortunately, it comes every year. But anything else in the week?
Yeah, how was your week, Kyle?
It was sickly and doing a bunch of shit to my car and trying to heal my hand, but I'm going to probably end up going out fishing today, most likely, even if I got to go by myself.
Yeah, well, we're going today, so you wouldn't have to go by yourself if you wanted
Yeah, I
to
know,
join
but
up with
if my
us.
kids are sick, dude, I don't want to be near you guys and getting you guys sick. I'm not that douchebag.
Well, I mean, as long as we're not locking lips, I think we'll be okay. But I understand
We may be able to resist that for a day.
right. But I did hear some crazy news in the kayak fishing derby tournament world. Did y'all see that stuff about the guy who was cheating in the derby or whatever?
I did see some things on that.
Yeah, it was, that's pretty wild, honestly.
Yeah, I really didn't catch much of the information. I kind of just saw a little glimpse when I was on Instagram, but this dude taking pictures with a fake kayak? What? On a bass boat?
Yeah, that's crazy. It can get in a lot more in detailed on that also.
Well, I mean, I'm very ignorant to the subject, to be honest.
Well, them online tournaments, competitors have to catch at least 5 big fish, I believe, in the public water and upload a photograph. And for that tournament, it was from Turning X platform they had to submit it to. And it was the total inches and recorded picture. And in which
Oh,
they
okay.
declare the winner. That's how they do it. They upload it. So it's all about trust.
Yeah, it's 5 best fish. In the practice, I believe they call it catch, photo, release.
Correct.
So 5 biggest. You enter all yours in a certain inches. They do inches on those because that's easier to prove in a picture, right? They use a
Right, it's
catch
right.
board, I'm pretty sure. Because I've seen the tournaments before. I hadn't heard much about this Tourney X scene. I'm more
Right.
familiar with
It's
a
a
couple other
platform,
ones.
right? That's because I really got into it because because we talked about doing this next year, I believe, didn't we?
Oh
About wanting
yeah.
to go
Oh,
out
I'm,
and go do some of these, which sounds absolutely
Yes.
fun. But the number one rule of of the kayak tournament is you have to have a kayak, and also I heard that stand-up paddle boards were also fair game in this particular event.
Really, I didn't know that at all.
Yep.
Huh.
See,
Well,
I
I
did some
will
research
say-
on it.
If you wanted to do tourneys, Jigs and Bigs, they host a tourney, and it's available boat, kayak, land, whatever. It's a slot limit tourney, and then they also do a multi-species tourney.
Okay, you might definitely have to send that to me.
Yeah, it's on Fishing Chaos. It's an app on your phone, actually. There's a couple other creators I've seen doing that now.
Yeah,
most
there's
of them use that
actually
Fishing
talking about
Chaos or the
fishing
Tourney X.
chaos. They're just one of the people that permanently life banded him. They life banded him. Jacob. We'll just go by Jacob.
So he's banned from all tourneys?
Well, from the ones I know, he's from the NYKBF, which is the New York, kayak,
Yeah,
New
Bass
York Slay
Fishing Series.
Nation, New York Slay Nation, Pennsylvania, Kayak Bass Nation, also Fishing Chaos, PA Slay Nation, and the Tourney X have all given him a lifetime ban from online events. So it probably goes more farther than that now because it's now getting so public.
Yeah, I had heard rumors that even Bass and Bassmasters are talking about banning them.
Huh. Really?
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
wouldn't doubt it.
wild. Yeah, because I did you see, the only thing, there's some funny parts to this to me, all right? So one is, can you imagine being the boat on like the lake looking over, you see this guy just kind of like standing there with a fish on a cutout piece of a kayak, and he's taking a picture of it. I'd be like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Well, what's cool also about that was that John, which is one of the tournament's officials, so he got caught with the plastic cutout, of the kayak also, and let me see where it was. So the director, okay, so John also messaged from the angler who won the second in the June tournament, texted him. John, which is John again, I'll repeat, which was the tournament's official. He said that the guy that won from second place in June said that he's the one who's now got that famous picture cut up of the kayak on the back of his deck. John explains, and this guy reached out to Houseman's buddy, who confirmed that Houseman was cheating the whole time, and he said he saw him, recorded him cut up this cheap Walmart kayak, and he had pictures to prove it and recordings to prove it, taken on the boat ramp.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's not even just a video. He literally, because there was that video of the boat with the cut up
Yeah,
kayak
there was
on it,
the cut up kayak on it.
and that was at the St. Lawrence River.
Yeah. Which, by the way, bucket list fishery for me.
Oh yeah. And you get
Oh,
those
dude, I
on
seen the
St.
monsters or
Lawrence.
some shit they've been pulling out of there. I was like, wow.
The Upper Miami's pretty. Mississippi's good too.
So I heard that they were looking into him before that video of the boat and everything even came out.
They was. Do you got anything on that? Because I got a bunch of shit on that too.
Oh, go for it.
Okay.
You did a lot more research than I did, it sounds like.
So John, tournament official, got a hold with Pennsylvania, which hosts their own kayak tournament. They contacted him and told him from Pennsylvania to New York, saying that they already disqualified him from the tournament from in August after he was repeatedly caught fishing in a closed-off area 100 yards too close to the dam. So I'm thinking that there was like a fishing sanctuary with the dam, from being a restricted area for the fish, to go up the dam. Because I'm not for sure about New York. I don't know if they have like a wildlife, special section. You know what I'm saying?
They do.
Yeah, I bet
They
they
do.
do.
They have an ODNR, just like there's something else, but they have a DNR.
Right. Well, I'm guessing that, but then so they apparently people was telling him multiple times like, "Hey, get away, get away, get away," and he wasn't listening, so they disqualified him for that. And that's what tipped them off is like, this guy doesn't play fair. James, do you have anything added on that? That's really all I got on the Pennsylvania.
No, yeah, that was actually a bass boat tournament that he got disqualified.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
But yeah.
So what I'm gathering is all around scum.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I mean, dude, honestly, he cut up. Dude, you can't even get a Walmart kayak for like barely $150, $200, and it's truly insane how somebody would do that. I mean, we're not even talking $1,000. He literally won $200 of the kayak he cut up.
no,
you know what I mean? What did he really win? Yeah, it was only $200.
Yeah.
You think it's just all for bragging rights?
Dude,
I think
it was just him being retarded, honestly.
Or is it AOI? Do they have an AOI for this? Angler of the Year? Because if you think about it, that right there is a qualifying medal to be a part of almost anything. They see, oh, he won AOI of a circuit? Wow, he must be a stick.
Yeah.
Right. So, but John also, after the official from Pennsylvania contacted him, he did some digging, on the tournament. So he looked and he seen the two fish. The one that was taken on his boat, and the one that he supposedly took on the cutout kayak.
And they're the same. I saw that.
Dude, they're the exact same fish. Plain
Same
and
fish.
simple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that
Deformity in
fish.
the tail, same color.
Yeah, dude,
Beautiful
same
fish.
stripes.
Oh,
Beautiful. But you can tell that a
Beautiful
beautiful fish like that had the same stripes and everything. You can smell and call bullshit.
Oh, yeah. It's got BS written all over it. Wow, man. People are really trying to just go out of the way to cheat when, in actuality, just take a little time on the water and you probably could learn how to fish that fishery and win just on your own knowledge.
Yeah, actually, take that $200 kayak and go out fishing instead of cutting it up and put it on the back of your bass boat.
Now, what would
Yeah,
have been
that
funny
doesn't
is
make any
if he
sense
would have
to me.
gone back, glued the kayak together, and sold it on Craigslist. Now, I had heard a rumor that the kayak was actually stolen, but
Oh, really?
I
I
didn't
didn't
hear
hear
that.
that.
Yeah.
I figured that
I
it was
was-
just a Walmart piece of junk.
I had heard that someone had come out and was like, no, this is actually my kayak, and had pictures of them on it and everything. But again, if it's a Walmart branded kayak, there could be a million of the same carbon copies.
No.
So I didn't really trust that one, but I'm glad that I'm thinking it's probably not like actually credited because it didn't come in either of your researches or anything. So I would say that's not an actual factual statement, but crazy. Yes, I wanted to get into derbies, but it does kind of push you away from it when you hear shit like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
You,
mean, it's
you
not
see
like
the-
life-changing money. It's really not. It's far from it.
That's why I think it was for the clout.
But see,
Had to
you're
be.
right. It's not money. It's not life-changing money, but it is a building block to life-changing money.
Right,
is the
but he
thing.
was already famous though on or YouTube, or he was well known. I guess that's what I've heard.
It's almost like the Mike Long syndrome. Do you guys know Mike Long?
No.
No, I do not.
Mike Long was famously known for catching really big bass. And like to the point where like I'm pretty sure they had magazines on him and he was in shows and things like that. Well, then it started coming out of the woodwork that he was snagging fish. He wasn't actually catching them. He was seeing them on a bed and tying on a giant treble hook and just snagging them in the side.
Oh.
so this is a rumor, until someone actually like snuck out into the mountains and videotaped him snagging bass.
Wow.
And like he had to come out of the woodworks and, you know, apologize. I don't know if he did apologize or if he just kind of fell out, but yeah, that's kind of like the syndrome there is I feel like they get too much clout and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't catch anything big anymore. I'm losing clout, and they got to start doing stuff like that. And
Right.
it's sad to see that. I mean, we're over here, a small podcast trying to grow. We don't have very many big listener quality or following, but I wouldn't do anything like that to gain any kind of popularity.
No, it's not worth
Did you
it.
see,
And especially to get called a cheater and all that, that's totally not worth it. Yeah.
Did you see his message out to the guy who ran the tournament?
Yes, I did. I also have that pulled up. Go ahead for it, James. I've been talking.
No, go. If you've got it pulled up, go for it, because I don't have it pulled up.
All right. The tournament director, John, we'll just say John, says how, Jacob, said that he paid back the $200 for winning first place in the tournament. Like I said, it was $200, dude. That's fucking insane, honestly. Piece of shit, honestly, in my eye. But, and said, I just wanted to reach out and tell you that I'm terribly sorry for cheating on the online event back in June on the New York KBF. I understand my apology would never be accepted, and I am fine with that. My actions are unacceptable, and I am happy to receive a long life ban from the all tournaments trials? There we go. Trials across the country. Or trails, excuse me. God damn.
Trails, you're good.
I was wondering if I could send back the money I won and I could properly distribute God, dude, I cannot talk today. Distribute it to the rightful winners. Sorry.
No, you're good. That's crazy.
But yeah, dude, I mean, $200, dude. I mean, like, what are you really going to do? It's going to be altering for $200. But now, like you said, it was for clout. But at this point now, like, you're done. You're done. You might as well just hang up the hat and be done. You might as well start a whole new thing and not put your face on it.
The only thing that dude can do is have a child, teach it how to fish, and make it be like how he was. And
yeah, he'd have his last name,
that's
though.
About it. But yeah, true. But it doesn't mean that person's banned. No, it'd be some negativity towards that.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, they'd still allow him to, or them to be on it. I just always wonder, like, if it would be like this if you had bank derbies.
So I don't know how bank derbies work. Would it be the same thing? 5 fish?
Well, I mean, every derby's different. Some people do 5 fish, mainly 5 fish, but there's some that do like for instance, the Jig and Big slot limit tourney. Any bass between, I think it's 16 and 18 inches are qualified to be in that. So that's you can catch as many as you want. You can get as many inches as you want.
Right, you just got to submit your 5 best or whatever.
No, that one's not 5 best. That's you just submit as many bass that you catch between 16 and however big it is that he has it set to. And as many as you catch, all those inches add up to a grand total of inches, and that's how they choose the winner. The one that has the most inches wins.
It's more quantity.
Yeah, it's more quantity than quality.
Definitely sounds like a man game.
5-bag limit.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, hey, that was very, very insightful on that. That's crazy. You guys just knowledged me up because I was pretty ignorant on that subject. But the only other thing before we get into today's subject is when this drops, there will be a new week of Tackle Warehouse sales. As you all know, the Tackle Warehouse is doing their Black Friday weekly sales, and they kind of switch it up every week. I think for the next couple weeks, we're just going to kind of go over this in a quick little overview in case you didn't know it was there. So they're having, it looks like, what we got here this week.
Honestly, I didn't even know about Tackle Warehouse until you told me.
It's amazing. I love the Tackle Warehouse. I've liked them for a while, especially with the free shipping over 50 is really kind of a real go grabber.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds.
Oh yeah, I had that sticker on the Explorer.
Oh, Betty White.
Mm-hmm. She dead now, in both ways.
Oh boy.
Looks like we got 15% off casting rods, also 15% off spinning rods. I wonder if that's all casting or is it? Yeah, it's all. So you're getting 15% off all, which I might have to go ahead and buy my swim bait rod this week. 15% off all swim bait or soft baits. Sorry, got the swim baits on the mind. 15% off all spinner baits. Make sure you go out there and get you the Mega Bass spinner baits. I forget the one that has like the silicone extra tail, so you don't have to put on a trailer, but that thing looks nice. 15% off buzz baits. I'm not a big buzz bait guy. 15% off umbrella rigs. Yeah, you're gonna have to be in Texas or California or somewhere that they really throw that. I mean, I don't throw that, I guess. 15% off frogs. Boys, get your frogging in.
Yeah.
And
Get set up for next year.
And
for sure.
15% off accessories. So I might actually hit this up too because I need some split ring pliers. So yeah, Tackle Warehouse. If any of that sounds good to you, I'd hit it up this week. You're going to get yourself a little bit of a deal. Also 50 free shipping on 50. And I do think James called out the sticker. I also think there's a free t-shirt moment. Like if you get to 100 or 150 or something, you get a free Tackle Warehouse t-shirt, I think. I can't remember the exact details of that one, but something fun, I guess. So, well, we are getting cold temperatures starting here in Ohio. So, me and the boys figured we'd talk a little winter fishing this week. Now, in preparation for this week's winter fishing, we wanted to, I guess, preface this, let it be known that we typically, by this time of year, have taken the line off the reels off the rods, and hung it up for the season.
Started the cleaning process.
Yeah, started the cleanup is what we've typically done. And I've vowed this year that I'm going to do more winter fishing. I think James is going to try to do, and Kyle, I hope you join with us as well. But to do so, we had to do some research because we're pretty ignorant on the subject. So we wanted to share some research information that we've found and also maybe a little bit of knowledge that we just know from using maybe a bait that we haven't used in winter, but we know how it works and how to catch fish on in the summer or spring or fall. We're just going to talk about how we're going to try using that in the winter, right?
Yep.
So I think we all should start out with what are your guys' winter essentials as far as accessories? What's keeping you all warm this winter? You don't even have to tell me brands, but like, what is the one thing you got to make sure you need?
Bibs.
Kyle does have bibs.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. I got a cheap pair of waders I might drag out this winter.
Oh, I'm definitely doing that if we're going river fishing and getting in the river.
I just love it because you can take it off and put it on easy, no matter where you're at.
Yeah, but if you're wading, how's that going to work?
No, I meant just for like staying warm, the bibs.
Yeah, but I mean, like, my question there is if, okay, we're going river fishing for the day, and we get there, and it's like, oh, we got to wade some of this water. I don't know, are your bibs waterproof?
Oh, no, I'd have to stay on the sidelines for that. I was also thinking about getting a rubber set, but I've never owned one before.
So, I was thinking about getting a winter suit that's also waterproof. I think they exist, but they're on the more expensive side.
Well,
I
with
bet.
Your normal waders, you can wear whatever warm layers you want
underneath. That's what I'm thinking. That's where I'm going with.
Right, but it's just so much taking it off and on, especially when you got your boat bag on you. My bibs is just 2 clips, and boom, the pants are off.
Well, the waders are the same way.
Are they?
Except, yeah, because it's basically a pair of boots with a bib-ish body. And comes up to your chest, and then you got 2 straps that go over your shoulders and clicks you in, and you're all strapped in. And basically, it's got about at your, well, my tatas, maybe a little lower than my tatas, is like a elastic band that holds tight to your body so water can't come in.
Okay.
But like James says, you could wear those, which I have a pair as well, and you could just wear what I was going to call out. I love thermals. I'm definitely wearing a thermal pants and thermal shirt and then some stuff on top of it. That is a necessity going to be a necessity, I think, for getting in those waders and getting in the rivers. Don't forget your gloves, boys.
Yep, I went out and got me a cheap pair this year, but they seem to be working all right with slits in your pointer finger and thumb, so you can slip your fingers out of the glove and still feel your line and your thumb, your reel.
Nice. My wife got me a pair of gloves that are like, it's got the shield that goes over your fingers, and then you can take that off, and then it's fingerless. But what's cool is it's got a magnet in it, and man, that sucker stays right on your other side of your palm, the
back of your hand.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought you both had a pair of them.
Like the back of your hand.
What, Kyle? Sorry.
Oh, I thought you both had a pair on last time we went to Van Wert.
Yeah, we did. We did. Those were the exact pair.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, those are new purchases this year.
Yeah, they're pretty slick. Honestly, I mean, I didn't even know that you can get them like that, magnetized, and that's just, honestly, it's nice.
Shout out the wife. She got them on Amazon for like, I think $20-$30, something like that.
Good Christmas present.
If anybody needs any, I need a good toboggan. That's what I need. I need a good toboggan.
I will second that.
And then also, I need to get like one of the gator masks for my face, because if we're out and it's cold, I want all of my face but my eyeballs covered.
Oh, you want a shiesty?
I want to be like the sneaky assassin on the water.
He's a ninja.
Just call me a member of the Foot Clan. But yeah, other than that, dude, I'm gonna buy. I think I saw them on Amazon. It's like a 50-pack of those hand warmers, like we had at my wedding.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy those in bulk, and I will always have us on that for sure.
Shove them in your shoes.
Yeah, that's what we did at my wedding.
Feet freeze so much quicker than anything else.
Yeah, wool socks. That's a good call.
Oh, yeah.
Wool socks are definitely going to need to be purchased this year.
I have been hearing something about alpaca socks or something between them lines. I guess they're supposed to be like really good socks for winter and summer. It's like, I guess it's breathable, but at the same time, it's like well insulated. I'm not for sure.
You're going to say well insulated? That's something I might have to
because my
look
buddy
up
told me
after this
about
podcast.
them, and I've had 2-3 people talk to me about them. And I was like, I've just never tried them before. So I was wondering if any of you guys have.
No, I've never got hip with alpaca.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's alpaca.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely gonna look that up because that's cool.
All I could think of is the new popular haircut that looks like an alpaca.
Yeah, I think he said he got like 6 pairs or 5 pairs for like $20 or something like that.
I mean, that's not bad. Yeah, I'm looking into that because my sock game has to up for winter because I didn't think about
Yeah, dude, because my problem is, dude, I can be cold, my feet can be cold, and I will be sweating. My feet will be sweating while being frozen cold.
Same. I have the same exact issue. My wife will not put my shoes on, like my house shoes, after me because they're so moist from sweat. She's like, this is disgusting.
The moisture.
Exactly like that. I think the only other things I'm going to make sure I bring before we go out, as far as for myself, not like gear-wise, hot cocoa or hot chocolate in a thermos. Oh.
I'll be going coffee in that.
That's what I meant to say, but I said hot cocoa, then hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I said the same thing twice.
Same
You weren't even going to call it out
Nope.
on me. Gosh, you're such a good friend. Yeah, I'm coffee, actually. If you're going super early in the morning, coffee. But honestly, from what I've read and seen, your best part is your peak moments of the day. So you're going to want to really go between like 11 and 4. That's your key.
Yeah, hot chocolate might be the move, because come to think of it, coffee is going to, putting this lightly, stimulate that colon, and that's not usually something you want to have happen while you're out on the water.
Remind me after this podcast to find the Tackle Talk episode where he talks about him shitting in a river and it being the most awkward moment in his life, because like I'm pretty sure it's either he shit in his waders or it was somebody like rolled up on him while he was just like waist deep in the water, just dropping a log.
So
I can't remember which
from the
one it is.
beginning. What happened?
No, it's an episode of Tackle Talk. It's either Tackle Talk or he's on another podcast. And
I think it's on Tackle Talk.
yeah, I'm gonna have to find the episode after this one, and I'll send the link to it because it's a good. Just hearing that story is diabolically hilarious. I just burst out laughing when I heard it while I was at work. I'm pretty sure everybody was like, "What is up with this dude?" But yeah, that's hilarious. And yes, coffee would bring that on, so I'm not doing that. Also, water. Bring your water. Bring your water all the time. Anytime you go, make sure you bring it.
Yeah, definitely have to bring water.
So, I think that's all I'm thinking about personally wise. I'm bringing a nice pair of boots. Probably going to need to be a thing if I'm not.
And they better be comfortable if you're walking.
Because I didn't think about this until right now, guys. If we're going out during the winter to the river, accessibility to the river is going to be way better. We got no foliage.
Yeah.
So, and if we have, like we've statistically had, there won't be much snow.
I don't know. There's some rumored predictions about snowfall this year that don't sound good.
My real question before we continue on with winter is, if we have what they've been talking about, which is a recently unseasonable cold and wintry winter, would you go ice fishing?
Here, no.
No.
If I had
we traveled somewhere that does it, yes, because they'll have shack rentals and stuff like that.
But
around
okay,
here,
you could go north to Erie.
Yeah.
Would you guys do a weekend trip up to Erie to ice fish?
Yeah.
Don't they have cabins for that?
A shack we can rent? Exactly.
Yeah, there's definitely probably something you could rent, like something you could take out. Or, I mean, at worst case scenario, we could get a really big tent, cut the bottom of it out.
Yeah.
And then now we've got something.
At least blow the wind off of us.
And we'll drill it into the ground, into the ice.
Yeah.
And then get a little heater. A little propane heater.
Hello,
I'm
Mr.
Hater.
Hater.
From the past here, but I keep thinking about grumpy old men when they go out on the lake where everybody pushes their shacks out for the season. That's, to me, peak ice fishing.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, in Minnesota, they have pictures. My family has pictures, and it's like a whole colony.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a town, a legit town out on the ice.
So that I can get into.
That's why we need to move to Minnesota.
I'm down.
Okay. We'll see you guys later.
I'm paid up to the end of the month, so...
I think I just paid rent. You gotta wait until the end of this month, and I'm good to go. I'll let the wife know. Yeah, I would do it. So, yeah. Well, so we're doing winter fishing, boys. Let's talk about where we're going. We've been talking river. Why are we going to the river, James? Why aren't we going to our local ponds we like to go to?
Well, because the ponds are going to, one, freeze sooner and get just plain colder sooner, whereas your rivers have that nice moving water that stays at least a little bit warmer than the rest of your bodies of water.
Oxygen, too. More
Yep.
oxygen for that flow. Nice oxygenated areas. I still wanted to say I'm not going to discredit ponds because, yes, they're going to ice over. Yes, they're going to get colder faster, ladies and gentlemen, but that just means you need to find the deepest part of that pond, because that's exactly where they're going to be. The deepest part, maybe the deepest transition, because deep lake and deep pond transition points are going to be great areas that are going to hold fish. Maybe a deep rock structure, because it's going to hold heat.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't even discredit your rock walls on the sides. You know, it may be a foot or two, which you're like, man, that's kind of shallow. I don't expect to see that in the winter. But that rock wall is going to hold a lot more heat than you anticipate, so there may be a lingering fish.
Especially if you've had a sunny day to really warm those rocks up.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, and also muddy bottoms. Really muddy bottoms, the mud will absorb that sun quicker almost than the rock. So deep muddy bottom, that's a good time. And we do know a lot of our ponds are predominantly a mucky muddy bottom.
Yeah.
So definitely something to think about when going into it. So don't fully discredit your ponds. Just know that as the winter progresses, it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, the ponds are just going to be less and less of a viable option for you. You might spend your 4 to 8 hour fishing time, or your 2 to however much time you're spending out there. You might spend it fishing harder than you want to, when you could use your time more wisely and fish somewhere that may have a better opportunity for you, like the river. Also, I mean, river, you're going to be hunting predominantly smallmouth, which are a cold water species, so they're definitely a little more active. I'm not going to say super active, but a little more active than your average largemouth would be. So that's another really good point of being there. What are we targeting, though, on those rivers, James?
You're going to be targeting any transition in depth. You're going to want that slightly deeper pockets that you're going to find where fish are either going to winter or hold off on their way to their wintering spot. And your normal rock structures, just like we talked in ponds, rock structures that are going to hold that warmth, but mostly those deeper pockets.
Yeah, they're wintering holes, if you will. Is a definite spot you're going to want to hit on the rivers. The seams, any inlets, dams, low head or overhead dams, you really want to hit those up. That's going to be a nice circulating body of water, or part of the body of water. That's going to add a lot of oxygen, maybe sustain a little more warmth or generate a little more warmth. Which reminds me, while we're out today, if the spot we go to is unproductive, I got a spot we should hit. But yeah, those are going to be where we're predominantly going to hit. You're going to lose less and less in those shallow. Don't discredit it. If you're having a hard time finding anything, yeah, hit those riffles up in the shallows. You might find a wanderer. James, last Friday when we were at the river, his came from what seemed to be a lot more of a moving body portion of the body of water. A little bit faster of a current seam and a little shallower, to where mine came from what typically you're going to fish, a eddy that's deeper. And that's where I got mine at.
Yeah, definitely don't discount the current during this time, the transition time, because you'll catch those fish that are moving downstream to their wintering spot. They're going to be traveling in that current on their way. And your current tends to be a little more warmer because it is that moving water, as we mentioned, and as also we mentioned, it will be your oxygenated spot to be able to pick them up.
What about you, Kyle? Anything you are thinking of?
Yeah, for sure. My first insight on that was what are you guys mostly throwing? What are you mostly throwing? Are you throwing more top water or bottom? Because I've been seeing a lot of people playing top water on videos when it's around this time getting cold, and I've seen people get hit, but I would think that usually you think it's more at the bottom. So why do you think a lot of people fish up top besides the bottom for winter?
So you're talking transitional time is going to be the great time for that. So basically, from what I have gathered, you're seeing those topwater strikes. First things first, you got to watch where those videos are coming from. Southern states are still going to be getting topwater bites. It's not as cold.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? I guarantee Minnesota, there isn't a topwater on a single rod in a single angler's household currently. Because you know why? You're right. You said it exactly right. People are going to that bottom transition. And if you want a second layer of water or column of water you would want to go for, I tend to say your middle column to bottom column is what you're fishing. So if you have something that can travel in the middle or be, I'm trying to think of the word and it won't come to my brain, suspend. If it suspends in the water column, that is a nice bait during the winter time as well. So we're going to get into baits in just a second, Kyle, because there is a couple that I really think are going to be keys. And me and James we actually went in depth and kind of looked at some baits. So we're definitely got some for you. So do not worry. We've got you covered. But
all right,
I will tell you, we're definitely focusing on the bottom. That is a huge key for us because bass are lethargic. They're going to go down to the bottom. They're going to start to slowly move. They're just going to get real tired. And it's going to take a very slow presentation to bring those bass back to a feeding metabolism, because their metabolism slows down. So it's I don't want to say hard, but it's a lot less. It's a lot more of a challenge to trick them than it was 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, because whereas before they were eating once or twice a day, when their metabolism is normal, now that it's slowed down, they're eating more like once, maybe twice a week. So you got to catch them when they're actually hungry and feeding.
And also, remember at this time, a big thing, if you catch a fish, fire back in after you take that off your line, because fish like to congregate at this time. They congregate for warmth. That body warmth, all their body warmth together will help generate almost like a little heat bubble for them in their area they're at, and they kind of congregate together.
Oh, so kind of like what penguins do.
Exactly what penguins do. So, there's got to be another. So definitely throw your topwaters away. Not like in the trash, but put them away for the season. You're done with that. I don't really think there is any other. Is there any other things to talk about as far as I mean, yeah, you're gonna want to hit some structure, but it's not gonna be as much focus on that as you would have been.
No, unless you're talking structure as in rock walls
and rock structures, riprap on the bottom.
Yeah.
Things of that nature. And we can talk baits if you want.
Yeah.
You go into baits.
All right.
Kyle asked about it. Might as well give him some knowledge. So I wanted to easily get one out of the way that we kind of already really, really talked about, and we all know it's going to be the winter deadly catch, and that is the Ned. The Ned is key during this time of year due to the very slow presentation it can provide and the subtle movements that the plastic makes while it's on the bottom. So the Ned is going to be a big contender. I don't want to dive deep into that one because we've kind of already covered that pretty in depth on previous episodes.
Yeah, you basically do the same thing you did before, just slower.
Just slower. Just take your presentation and slow it down. So I was going to talk first about one that I'm going to use personally this year to try to attack, and that is a suspending hard jerkbait. With the jerkbait, from what I've read, is you're just going to basically use it like you normally would. Keep your cadence the same throughout your whole retrieve, whether you're doing 2 pops and a pause, 3 pops and a pause, and coming back to the 3 pops, or you can vary between the 3 and 2, but keep the retrieve consistent through the whole retrieve. The biggest key for this time of year in your retrieve is going to be your pauses. Your pauses are going to be like this. Pop, pop, scroll Instagram, scroll Instagram, scroll Instagram, pop, pop, scroll Instagram, scroll Instagram, scroll Instagram, pop, pop, long pauses, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, long pauses. That's real key because that's going to leave that bait right in that fish's face for a longer period of time. And the way that it came into their vision looks like it just died.
Oh,
So
I've gotten lucky. I've gotten lucky just throwing it and they've seen it dropping into the water.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And you can do that during your peak months of fishing, but in winter, they're not going to.
Now, I have a question on jerkbaits, actually.
Yes.
Now, during the winter, on your pops, are you doing more of a gentle pop than you normally would do?
Good question. I'm honestly going to vary. So, mainly, gentle pops. Not real aggressive thumps. And most of the time when I'm doing the gentle pops, I'm popping downwards toward the ground. That's making that bait go down. My other retrieve that I like is a drag, a little drag, a slow drag. But I'm going to do that more like horizontal and up more towards my middle of my body, so not towards the ground, or pointing towards the sky. And I'm going to do doop, doop, just a little boop, whoop, and it's going to give it that, And if you're going down, it's bringing the bait down. If you're doing it more upward, it's going to bring the bait upward, like a more of a fleeing-ish bait fish almost. So it just depends. I like to vary it, but a very good question there, because I feel like definitely taking the aggressive pops out like I would in the summertime, right? You're more aggressive because those fish are like, oh my gosh, they're getting excited. Where now they're like, no thanks.
Yeah, I don't want to work for that.
Exactly. That's why
It's too cold
you're
for
going to hear
this.
through. Exactly. But you're going to hear throughout this entire bait convo here, Kyle. You're going to hear the main goal is slow. Slow as can be. Like, we're all going to have a cup of joe in one hand, and we're going to be having a conversation while we're just barely moving this lure along. Now, we're not to that point yet. Remember, boys, right now is still key in that transition, especially with this little warming trend. You still can kind of get away with some more of the baits you were just using. For instance, your glide baits. We might be able to use those, which, by the way, I kind of forgot in my week. I did get something in the mail that I forgot to talk about. So, remind me about that. Or do you want me to just talk about it now?
I mean, you might as well talk about it now.
Okay, if I could
Already brought
right
it
now
up.
catch it. Exactly. If I could catch a fish right now on a glide bait, I would definitely be using a new glide bait I got in the mail. I actually connected with this guy through Instagram. We talked a little bit. I went on his website. I saw something I really liked, and well, I purchased it. So, Drop Out Supply on Instagram. If you guys aren't following them, definitely check them out, because I have one of the snack gills. I don't have it in hand right now. It's at the house, but that's okay. I can definitely tell you the craftsmanship on this thing, immaculate. The paint job on this thing, absolutely beautiful. And the swim, I did take it out on a cold day and just throw it in some clear water and check it out. Let's just say if I had a time machine and I could jump to any moment in time, it would be end of April, beginning of May next year. Just so I could throw that thing all day long. The rod I have may not be able to handle it as well. I might need to get a new rod, but it's beautiful. You guys, and they have a couple other options for a little less weight and smaller profiles, but his resin baits are, I mean, they're amazing. Guys from Ohio, so just around here, and I mean, definitely a really cool small bait maker. So if you haven't checked them out, check them out. But no, we're not throwing that right now, unfortunately.
Now, I will say, also in the week we both missed, we both did pick up a new bait as well that I'm going to throw, whether it's going to catch or not, just because I want to as well, which would be the Berkeley Chop Block.
I'm also throwing it as well. Don't care if I catch on it or not, just because I want to get it in the water. And what's funny is, do you remember we talked about it on the last podcast?
It looks good.
We
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Was it the last one or the one before?
I think it was the last one.
Last one we went on the
Rabbit
Tackle
hole.
Warehouse
Yeah.
rabbit hole. Yep. So we did talk about that. And so just a real quick little funny about that is I was at Vance Outdoors in Lebanon, and I was going to buy a bull trick shad, the Mike Buka trick shad, to try it out before I got this drop shot supply glide bait, the snack gill. And I was looking at the Nessie, and I'm like, oh, look, they have a color I like in the Nessie that I want in the chop block. And my wife goes, wait, that says chop block. And I was like, oh, my God. And I picked them up. So, yeah, those will be thrown today. James, what's a winter bait, though, you are going to be throwing?
Well, you already brought up the jerk bait.
And the Ned.
Obviously going to throw in the Ned. I am going to be, as I actually talked in confidence before, I'm going to be throwing a lot of the ball head jig with either a paddle tail. To this transition time I'll use a paddle, but more than likely I will be switching up to a minnow on a ball head and throwing that out there and doing a lot of slow dragging on the bottom and letting it sit and letting that minnow wiggle just like a Ned pretty much.
You could almost use the fatty or the trick shot or whatever.
Yeah.
You could try that on a ball head too.
That would probably be great.
You get your Elastec property. You get the tail of a minnow, kind of.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, if you're going to do a minnow, are you going to do the good old minnow shaking?
Maybe a little.
little minnow shaking. I've not done any minnow shaking, so I don't even know how to do it.
Yeah. Well,
But
something to learn.
I'll move into the ball head jig with the paddle tail, though. I need to get some big joshies. I think some big joshies will come in key this winter.
I have not thrown one yet. I've got a few that I will probably throw on today.
I don't have any with me today because I, like a dummy, took them out of the clamshell and then all the tails are ruined, so I need more. But I've got crushed shitty mares with me today, if need be, for a ball head jig and a paddle tail. So I'm on the same boat as you. I'm definitely thinking that's going to be a contender this year. You know, you're definitely... the key here is you're moving away a lot from your soft plastic weightless presentations. You're moving away from... Don't discredit jigs. You can still use jigs. You're just going to use more of those slower presentation jigs, like a finesse jig on the bottom. Or if you got a lot of rock, a ball head jig is also pretty good as well, still. But go a little smaller. The ideal here is smaller and slow.
Smaller and slow.
So yeah, I think otherwise baits, you know, I saw a lot about blade baits.
Yes, so did I. It's something
I did also
try this winter for the first time.
You know, I don't think I'm trying it.
Yeah?
It looks like a snag-aholic to me.
I mean...
So have you seen how people break them in?
No.
No.
Oh, so apparently what I've seen is that people will tie them to their car antenna. And they'll
that's a buzzbait.
Oh, well, is it still not the same thing, kind of?
No. A blade bait is literally like a hunk of metal that's like as thin as like almost like a coin. And what they do is they put a little bit fatter piece of metal on the base of it. So what happens is they chuck it out, and when it lands in the water, you let it fall all the way to the bottom, and you yo-yo it. So you like lift it up, and it like vibrates up, and then it just slowly falls down.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've never seen one. I might have to look at it then.
Go in Tackle Warehouse and just look up blade bait. Or actually, you know what? Kyle, James is sharing. You can see. Would you like to see?
Maybe.
Well, of course.
See clearly now the screen.
It's a very outrageous color on that one, but that is the blade bait.
Boy,
that's terrible.
That is something else.
Hold on.
I will say Jacob Wheeler likes that color during the winter. It's more of a craw color, but
so that's weird. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one of them
I've
before.
dabbled with it one time. I casted it out, let it fall to the bottom. I lifted my
when I
rod,
heard blade, I was thinking the buzzbait.
Yeah, because you're thinking of the blade on a buzzbait, which I totally understand.
Right.
And yes, I did know that people break in their buzzbaits by tying them to their car antennas.
Oh, okay. That's just to say, I didn't know.
As soon as you started telling me that, saying that, I was like, nope, I know that one. I know that one. I know that trick.
Whoopsie.
But yeah, this is something that I've heard works very subtle. This, though, I heard works when you have more active fish, not as lethargic, is what I've read.
Okay.
So if you have a day on a warming trend and you're noticing more action, that's gonna be your key. Otherwise, baits. I'm trying to think of some other baits that are gonna, I think, be a quintessential. Drop shot would be key.
Yeah.
Would be a good one. Maybe I'll take that one on because then I can keep my finesse rod out for the year. I'll take that. I'll take on that terrible rig for this winter, maybe.
Get away with an underspin in the transition time.
Yeah, a small. I recommend if you have it in your local shops, if not online, the Great Lakes Finesse Sneaky Underspins in a small big Joshy, or a big Joshy, or a small Crush City lure mare, like a 2.5 or a 3.2. Those are perfect. Those work all year long, in my opinion. So there's just some key baits if you want to try there, Kyle. Again,
sure.
presentation-wise, is going to mainly be slow. I mean, it's just going to be your key there. Everything's lethargic, unfortunately.
Slow and small.
Slow and small wins the race for this winter. Are you boys excited to fish winter?
A little bit, because it's something new.
Are you? I'm excited, but I'm just kind of sad that the plethora of baits goes away.
Yeah. But they say it is a better time to catch bigger fish, too.
They do say it's a better time. They say that fall and winter is about the best time, other than spring, to catch your PB. But I've actually caught all my PBs in summer.
So you fish mostly in the summer.
Exactly. So I would like to see what happens when I fish more in the winter. And see if we can't get in something. What would be your, like, smash it out of the park winter goal?
To catch a smallie, that's at least, smash it out of the park, I will say at least a 4-pound smallie. Because our fisheries around here, that's probably on the top or larger end for us.
I want an 18 or higher. I want an 18-inch or higher. Because I've got a 19 1/4 largemouth. I've still yet to get a fish Ohio pin. I guess that would be out of the park. So that's a 20-inch smallie. They exist, and that's what you're shooting for, because that's like 4 pounds. So that would be cool. What about you, Kyle? You're probably like, I just want to catch a smallie.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, because I don't think I've ever caught one unless I did catch maybe one time, but it was really small.
Yeah, we get you out. That's what I said. Who cares about your sickness? Get out.
Yeah.
My wife hears that, she'll kill
Fuck
me.
it.
But
I might.
yeah, no, it's catching smallmouth. I really want to get you on one, Kyle, because I just think you're gonna have just an absolute time.
Oh, I believe it. I need to go out and have some fun with the boys. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. Get out and do a little winter fishing and hit the river, hit a pond, do it all, have some fun. But winter, anything else winter-wise you want to talk about? It's going to be interesting. I think the fun part is we do the tales of the week in the beginning. So it'll be like an constant, informing the listener of how our tale of winter fishing is going. It's going to be a lot of, hey, guess what? We didn't catch shit. But
Right.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how it goes this year. And I really think it's going to be fun to go through the river during the winter, because I think the best part is we'll find more spots for next year. And that was our problem this year, is we had a lot of good creek spots, but we could never find good river spots. And yeah, so I think that'll really be a fun time. The only other thing here that didn't get brought up, Kyle, and I think is a cool little anecdote for you, is combos. We didn't talk about combos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put your bait casters away. Mainly is what I'm gathering. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily, yes, that's what's going to happen. There'll be some instances like when we're hitting the river and there's going to be higher current, you're going to want heavier weight, so you might want a bait caster. If your spinning rod can't handle the weight. I have a medium that can go up to 3/8, which I think I could push higher, so I'm just going to stick to a spinning combo. I don't switch up any different line. I don't switch up any different hook. I mean, I don't switch up I'm not switching up anything different. The only thing that I'm really doing is putting my bait casters away. Like, today is going to be the last day I really anticipate to have my bait casters out. Other than that, I think we pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover for winter.
Yeah. Just don't, as you said in the beginning, don't discount your ponds.
Yeah.
If there was fish in them in the spring and summer and fall, they're still going to be there. They've got nowhere to go.
Don't discredit your dams on your cold days. Make sure you are checking your dams, low heads or high or lower dam, upper dams, any kind of dam. Dam it up. Also, warming trends. Don't discredit shallow areas. Maybe not super shallow, but like 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot areas. Make sure you're checking those. Those might retain some fish at that time.
Especially on the sunny days.
Especially on those sunny days. Definitely look for your deep transition points, any rock walls, cliffs, any steep drop-offs, any decline, anything. You're going to want to really pick those apart. I think this is going to be a grinder of a time. So just be ready for those days. Be anticipating those days. And I think the best part of this is it's going to get me prepared for throwing big swim baits next year. Because I'll be ready to grind.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be super fun to do that. Any other remarks you got, Kyle, on winter fishing? Any other questions? You had one question for us. I didn't know if you had any more.
No, not off the top of my head. Besides, to everybody, always please just pick up your trash.
Yeah, don't be leaving no trash. Funny you say that. The dropout supply guy that I was talking about earlier, he does apparel too, and he has a shirt that says something on the lines of, pick up your trash.
Nice.
So I
Respect.
think I gotta purchase me one of those. I respect that. I respect that heavily because I am very sick of seeing trash at all my waterways.
And that's why I keep bringing it up.
Yeah, and I'm glad you are, because if I think so, here's a couple things that I'm going to put out in the ether real quick on the podcast. I would love to use this podcast as a driving force for things like that. I'd love to do over the summer like a meetup cleanup day where we all meet up at the river with fans of the pod, and we just bring some trash bags and we just clean the river up, or we clean up a body of water. We do this once a month during the summer just to give back to our water. It gives us so much. It gives us peace, tranquility. It gives us a fun adrenaline rush. It gives us so much, and all these people just piss on it.
Yeah, it's not like you can't pick up trash and be like, all right, I'm done with this section. Shing, throw your fucking line out there.
Yeah. But, you get a group of people to do it all one day, you can get a large portion cleaned up. So it is something I've thought about to do next summer. I also would like to do, we don't have it set up now, but I really think next year I would like to get with one of the Toys for Kids kind of things, and set up either like a GoFundMe or something where people can donate, and we will take the money and go get toys and donate them to Toys for Kids. I think that's something fantastic that we could drive, but unfortunately we don't have that set up for this year, and I also think we've kind of missed it. So something we can do next year, but it is definitely, the waterways thing is definitely something I want to do next year.
Yeah. Don't we have a charity around here that puts fishing rods in kids' hands too?
Yes, we do. So I'd like to partner with them. There's a lot of charity things that I want to get into that we and James need to look into for next year, but be on the lookout for that. Summer, spring next year, we'll do like a GMR cleanup or a MAD cleanup, or we find a lake, clean it up, something along those lines, just to help out a little bit with our waterways. But you know what's great for waterways? Fishing.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to know one of the greatest brands to ever do it in fishing? Z-Man.
Yep.
Z-Man. Them boys been doing it good since day one. They've been supporting me and James since day one as far as getting the newbies up and running and teaching them how to catch fish. So I think we should go ahead and talk a little bit about them. So last week we talked about Z-Man should have its own lure light episode, and I think this week is a perfect week, especially talking about winter fishing, to go ahead and do that and give Z-Man its own lure light. All right, so lure light, Z-Man.
Z-Man.
I think it began there, right?
It did begin with Z-Man.
It did begin with Z-Man. One of the very first brands that I really jumped into, because price point, $4.99 for a bag of Ned Rig, or a bag of TRDs. And then I can't remember how much shroom heads are now. It's been a minute since I bought any, but you have a fish catching machine and a plastic that is going to last a long time.
Yeah, not only are they a cheaper price point, but they last longer, so you get more bang for your buck.
Yeah, and there's 8 of them in a bag, I think.
On the TRDs, yeah.
Yeah. So, me and James got a bunch of different Z-Man items, a stray assortment, a cornucopia, if you will. So I think the best thing is to just go through these and talk about them. So,
well, I will say, the Z-Man, as you said, is where it all began, but I really only fished the Z-Man TRD to begin with. It wasn't until last year, I think, that I started getting into the other Z-Man. other than chatterbaits.
I was about to say, you gotta not include chatterbaits on that one.
But I always use a different brand trailer on my chatterbaits until recently.
That is true. I was about to say, I've never used a Z-Man chatterbait trailer until this year. I still don't use one.
I like
Be
them.
honest. That's fine.
I
don't, you know me, I hate rigging Elastec.
Yeah.
On a shroom head, there's no problem. That's easy peasy lemon squeezy. But on other things, sometimes I'll have a problem with it. But the trick of like grabbing it from the front and pulling it forward, that pretty much has fixed everything for me. So maybe I do need to dabble more into that. But okay, yeah. So the TRD is where it started.
TRDs. I got a little pack here with a mushroom head. But we got the old Copper Truce Classic and your favorite.
Oh yeah, yoga pants, baby.
Yoga pants.
You stretch yours out first?
A little bit. Depending on my mood. I might be in a hurry to throw something back.
Have you ever done this? I do this all the time, but like before I start it, I'll pull it out like this. Look at how much salt will come out of it.
Oh yeah.
I do that every time before I use it. I don't know why, but
Oh, that's good because you get a little salt on the outside. You might want to do that after a few casts too.
Well, yeah, look at that. That's just pulling it a few times.
Well, there you go. Z-Man TRD new hack we didn't talk about before. Stretch them out to get some of that salt out.
Yeah, I've forgot to mention that in the last one, which is kind of funny that I've never mentioned that before to you. But yeah, that's something I've done with the TRDs that are amazing. Great bait, 2 great colors, affordability out of the wazoo. Is it 8 in a pack?
It is 8 in a pack.
And then I wish we had some shroom heads to tell you guys how much these are, but shroom heads, I mean, any size will do. We have got 2 sizes here because we also have the giant.
We talked about these with the Ned rig before.
Giant TRD. So I guess if you're going for some big boys.
Yeah, that's not going to be a winter bait.
No. If you're... no, maybe not. Maybe. I'm never going to discredit it, I guess. But for me, this isn't like when someone's like, hey, you're throwing the Ned this winter? I'm like, yeah, dog.
The thick boy.
The thick boy. Also, I wonder what happens if you like stretch this one out. How much salt comes out of that thing? Go ahead and do it. While James is doing that, I will...
We can go on to the other one we've talked about before.
Oh, the jerk shads. Yeah. I'm trying not to leave like random hooks on your table. Jerk shads, man. These are amazing. You got one in here on the... wow, that's some stretch. You see any salt?
A little bit. I can feel it on my hands.
Oh, yeah, you're getting it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, even the giant one you can pull out. I wonder if you could do that with any of the salted ones, I guess.
Oh, sure.
I don't remember which ones have salted ones. So, I've got the jerk shads. We got the 6-inch here and 4-pack of them. I don't think these are... I mean, they're affordable, but not... All Z-Man's affordable due to the fact of the Elastec. The durability, the length of time you will have one of these is going to be forever as long as you don't snag it. The jerk shad, great. James got the red bone color here. This is a really good like white belly with some silver flake. Got a nice green top, red flake, and black flake. So nice laminate color. And they're scented. I see some... Why does it look like brown poop? I guess that's the scent.
Yes, that's the scent on them.
Oh, so these jerk shads are poo covered. All right, cool.
And there's one of your favorite colors.
Oh, dude, the perfect perch. That is one of my favorites. So 3.5, you get 5 in these. That's nice. Yeah, that color's amazing. So like I mean, is it a clear bottom and then you just get the red from the flake, I wonder? Or if it is a white with red flake.
I think there's red dye in the bottom.
A slight red dye?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. Then you got green and silver flake up top with like almost like a green pumpkin top. I mean, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So yeah, we talked jerk shads. Those have had a spotlight. The Ned rigs have had a spotlight. Let's move on to what I really think James is going to be happy we're talking about. And let's just talk about some chatterbaits here. So we all know Z-Man is known for the chatterbait. They're the originator mixed with evergreen and all that fun jazz. James has actually got, I'll let him talk about that one of their newer ones in his hand right now.
It's the Micro Max. It's a very small, I want to say it's a 1/8 ounce actually.
That's right.
1/8 to a 1/16, and they might come in 2 different sizes
Well,
too, just like the irregular. Chatter, it is great. You can throw it on your spinning rod, and it just like the original chatterbait. As soon as you pull that line, you feel that thump, and it starts vibrating. Split second, and it gives you that nice smaller presentation. I like to throw it in creeks on my spinning combo. Caught a few creek smallies on it. And you can just throw a little minnow bait of any kind. I use a mooch minnow a lot of the times on the back of these because it's a smaller profile to fit the smaller bait. Great chatterbait. Great creek fisher.
And I bet you're excited to try that on your BFS combo.
I will throw this on a BFS, and I will tell you this. I will throw this in the rivers this winter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That'll be a contender. I would, well, our rivers kind of clear up during the winter season. They don't really muddy up like they do in the spring and fall. So, that'd be a good color. I like that. I've got the original in my hand. This is a lot different than what James just had. So, this is, I believe this is a 3/8, might be a half ounce.
It's probably a half
ounce. We got an all white here with a white and silver skirt. You can tell this is an original because the skirt is that, it's just not that newer skirt material. You can feel almost the glitter strands in it. It's a little gritty. You feel that? And I mean, look at the head shape difference.
It doesn't feel as rubbery.
Correct. It's not silicone, I think. I think this is rubber, and I think that's silicone.
Yeah.
So, and then also the head type's different, obviously. I used to really love this head type because of the flat bottom. Really would come over things nicely. But yeah, due to a lot of upgrades, changes, and all that, there's a lot better. We all know that this type of line tie system, the bar with 2 friggin' bent circles on each side, is complete ass. So we know that's not good. So we're not using that anymore. And then also James has got this one rigged up, not with the Z-Man plastic, but he does have a nice freeloader on the back here. Some sort of green pumpkin. No, there's no magic to this one. Oh, maybe there is a little magic. Oh, maybe there is. I'm not sure. I can't tell. I think it's just solid green pumpkin.
It could be. It's possible.
I will tell you something, though. If you're not throwing this one during this winter, I would highly recommend removing it. Which we got. He's got the package.
Original green pumpkin?
Hey, boy knows. So, anyway, if I were you, I would remove it. And hear me out why. Contains salt. It'll rust your hook.
Yeah.
So, just to... If you're not using it. If you plan on using it, obviously keep it rigged. Anyway, the other one we have here is...
the newer Evo chatterbait, and this one happens to be the tungsten version. The tungsten gets you a little bit better sound, I think, in my opinion. That tungsten hitting off of that blade on the front.
You get better feel too, I bet.
Yep, they do feel. You get that. You feel that vibration a lot more in your rod. I know every Z-Man chatterbait I've used gives me almost instantaneous thump when I pull up on the rod, but these are somehow even faster. 90% of the chatterbaits I buy lately have been the Evo regulars, and about 10% are the tungsten, because they are more expensive, and I do lose a lot of chatterbaits.
Still cheaper than the jackhammer.
I will say they do a nice paint job on the top of the Evos now.
Is that glitter in there?
And that's very glittery on the blade on the Evos. That's, I think, an Evo trait in general. I think the paint job on the tungsten head is more detailed than the regular Evo.
And then also, is this tungsten head different than the Evo head? I don't think the Evo head has these indentations.
I don't think they do either.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I don't think I have a regular Evo anymore. I think I lost them all at Van Wert.
Yeah, that happens. Number one lost bait in my tackle box would be the chatterbait. But that's okay. It still can definitely produce some fish. It's got a nice flat bottom, almost like that original. Just a little more shape to the front end of it. And a little more of a tighter restriction on that vibration, in my opinion. But yeah, this thing looks sick. Have you thrown this one?
Yes, I was throwing that at the very end at Van Wert. Actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a beautiful little chatterbait. A little expensive, but still beautiful to see. So that's cool. I figured we'd move on to your
preferred trailer for the chatterbait.
Yeah, so it looks like, at least from what I see here in this packages, is you're rocking the Chatter Shad.
I will rock the Chatter Shad in many different sizes on the original size. I don't rock a Chatter Shad on the micro because they don't make one small enough, in my opinion.
Holy smokes, that bluegill color is smoky. This is too big for the micro?
Is that one like 3.5s?
That color's
because that micro hook comes out way up here almost.
Well, cut the tip off.
Yeah, I could cut the tip off. I like the mooch minnow. It's a little more subtle.
I love the mooch minnow
for the micro max.
We'll talk about that one on another day.
Yeah, we'll probably do a lure light on Crush City.
Probably. That was another big contender for us this year. Looks like you like the green pumpkin. I see that twice in here. And of course the deal.
It's the green pumpkin. It's just the classic. The deal is delicious.
The deal is nice. I'm still saying that bluegill color, in my opinion, is a little bit better. But the deal is like one of the tried and true colors, right? But again, do you like deal for muddy water? I don't.
No, it's more of a natural presentation. I'll do the green pumpkin for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Is there a reason you like the Chatter Shad over their other chatterbait trailer options?
The Chatter Shad's got that nice segment on it.
Okay.
And gives that tail a little bit more action. I don't do a paddle tail ever on my chatterbait. I think it throws off the vibration and presentation of a chatter. But the little bit of the segment in the Chatter Shad does give it a slightly different, and I like the way it does it. It gives it a little more aggressive almost.
Why the Chatter Shad and not the Razor Shad? Because they also have the Razor Shad, which is almost the same thing.
Because I trust in Z-Man's engineering, and the name says it all, that it is the Razor Shad, but engineered for a chatter.
I like that. I honestly think, personally...
And I've never thrown the Razor Shad.
I've only thrown the Razor Shad a little bit. And so the Razor Shad's head and body is thicker. This seems to be a little more thinner profile, which is nicer because it's more streamlined for your chatterbait, right? Yeah. It bulks it enough where I feel like the Razor Shad bulks it too much. That's why, like, I don't like the bellows gill on the back of a chatterbait, but I'll probably put a bellows shad on the back of a chatterbait. Definitely would put one of the bellows vibes on the back of a chatterbait. But anyway, not talking about that brand. So that's the Chatter Shad. That's what James is throwing there. Looks like a 3.5 or a 4.5 is what you're throwing.
I don't throw the 4.5 as much. Mostly the 3.5, which is why there's less of them here, because I've thrown them all.
All right, dog. We're going to talk about these next just because you got a glob of them in here.
Yeah, they've been melting.
Yeah, I see that. They're having a little melt party. So let's talk to me about the TRG gobies. I've never thrown these. I have thrown, and I'm just going to throw it out there. We don't have any in front of us.
Talk about it first.
Okay, so I found at my local Walmart, so if you guys are like budget shoppers, this is not a bad pickup at your Walmart. I believe it's $4.99 for one of these, but then remember, this is made out of Elastec, so it's going to last you a lot of fish.
How many did you catch on that one? Because you caught...
I have one.
Over double digit. You've caught...
Yes, I have one that's in the, I believe it's at like 14 or 15. Yeah. I glued it, though. I had to glue it, though, so I'm going to talk about that. So... I picked this up at Walmart. It's called the Gobius. Now, it is a pre-rigged goby bait by Z-Man. And it just has, like, think of like a, just like a metal jig head with a finesse hook on the back inside of the plastic. And the hook comes out up at the top, but the Z-Man almost has like a what would you call that? I know what I want to call it, but that's not appropriate for this podcast.
Bifurcated top fin.
There you go. And the hook sits right in the middle of it. And it's slightly weedless, but it is still exposed enough that, I mean, you get bit, you're just barely going to set that hook. It's not going to be too much. Comes in a 3/8. So what I liked about that is you could put it on the bait caster if you wanted, or you could put it on a spinning if you wanted. I think they got a couple different sizes, but the 3/8 is what I stuck with. The one that I got the most catches on right now is the white and chartreuse. I really did like, they had like the color you liked. They had like an orange bottom and a green pumpkin top. Currently I have a PB&J and a one that I believe is actually just called Goby. But anyway, I've fished at creeks, rivers, ponds. They've caught at all of them. I did have a moment where I was fishing a river or a creek, and I was under an underpass, and I smacked the pillar a few times, and the jig head started to come away from the Z-Man elastic through the face of it. What I did is I went home, I pushed that sucker right back in, hit it up with a little Gorilla Glue up in the front of the nose, and she's been a cracking and a crocking ever since. So, I recommend on the high for durability, and it's just a pre-rigged swim bait. I mean, think of, everyone said they knocked off the Dark Sleeper. Yes. Dark Sleeper's trash. The plastic it's made out of, garbage in. We're talking Elastec here, okay? This is going to last you a lot of fish.
It's a little smaller, I think, than the Dark Sleeper.
It is. It is a little smaller. And what I really like about it is just slow rolling it on the bottom. Just tinking across rocks is what I love to do with it.
What's the tail like on the Gobius?
So it's a paddle tail, but it's like one of those, it's a very small paddle tail, which allows that tail to really finely kick, which really to me is that real small bait fish. That's why it's like, if you don't have gobies where you fish, don't be afraid to use the Gobius. It's just a great little bait fish presentation. It's going to, look like any of small forage you have in your ponds, your lakes, and your rivers. And that's why I think what you have is also a great option, just kind of a different way of presenting it. So you've got the TRD gobies.
How long are the Gobiuses?
I don't know. I want to say...
Like a 3?
3. I want to say no longer than 3 1/4.
Yeah, 3 to 3 1/4.
Yeah.
So then you got the TRD Gobies. And they are 2.4 inches.
Like a little bit shorter than a regular TRD?
Yep, a little bit shorter, because your normal TRD is generally around 2.75.
Yep.
Down to 2.5 sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's just like the Gobius. It's got that same baitfish shape, that same tiny, tiny paddle tail on the end.
Oh yeah, it is exactly the same. Mm-hmm. This is literally the Gobius, but
the
tinier.
only difference is it's not pre-rigged.
Yeah, you got to rig it yourself. Yep. How are you rigging this?
I'm rigging it. I have always rigged it on a Ned rig, on a smaller shroom head Z-Man Ned rig, because you can swim a Ned rig, and it will swim, and that paddle tail will give you nice action.
I forgot to say the paddle tail does have a fin in the middle of it that comes out too.
Yep. So you can get a nice swim action if you want to do a slow and steady retrieval on it and almost treat it like a jig. You can do your normal TRD, just let it sit, and that tail, since the paddle tail is so small, it will still give you a nice, just standard waving action like a normal TRD. And you can do nice little hops, and that paddle tail will just flare as it goes up and down.
Feeding bait fish presentation.
Exactly. I've only caught one fish on it, but I haven't done a lot of fishing.
You caught two fish.
It mostly got its time in an unknown creek we never fished before and didn't really catch anything before our real creek fishing days.
Yeah.
But I got them in the deal, because Z-Man's the deal is one of my favorite colors, and Hot Snakes, which is kind of a copper truce, except for the bottom isn't your normal, real, vibrant yellow chartreuse, but more of a green that's still nice. It's still got a nice brightness to it.
Yeah, those are delicious. What else we got sitting over here, my man? Got a couple more plastics here. I don't think we need to... Do we want to talk about this one? It's a good-looking creature bait, but I mean, have you caught anything on it?
Never caught anything on it, but I've never caught anything on, like, lizard-style creature baits.
Neither do I. We're up in the Midwest. We don't have lizards. So, but, I mean, I guess if you guys want to check out a lizard-style bait, this would be a good one to try. Made by good old Brian Ladner. Not gonna lie, would love to have him on the podcast one day. Guy is amazing. I met him once at a fishing expo. But anyway, these look wild.
So they've got that bug head on it, like you got on most of your pitching baits, almost just a little thinner. Long trailing legs straight out the back. with a curve to them, so they will give you a little bit of a flap, kind of like a trick worm.
Yeah.
And then it's got 2 small appendages coming off to the outside of the legs. There's another one.
Oh, you split it right down the middle. Oh boy, she's a shaky little girl.
Yeah, she have some great action to her, I'm sure, but
yeah, this looks like it would be a fun bait to fish. If we found a good punch and bite, this would probably be what you would want to use. That is a wild looking color there, sir.
That's the game changer.
Yeah, I don't know how that's changing any games. That's just clear with black. I don't know how that changes any games, but all right.
This is a color I don't think I've bought in anything else. Their California crawl.
I buy that one all the time. The one day we were out on the creek and I was using the TRD, that's the color I had, dude. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, that's one of my favorite colors.
Slimy.
You want to know why I like this color? I used to really buy a color like this in the Reaction Innovations Skinny Dipper, which is their paddle tail, and it was called California 420. Mm-hmm. And that was like one of my faves, and I started throwing that, and I loved it.
I really like the red flake in it.
Oh yeah, the solid. It's like basically like a green pumpkin, real dark green pumpkin on one side, and then on the other side a watermelon red, but with a lot of red.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's one of my favorite colors.
Oh yeah.
Well, the last thing we got on the table here is 2 items. One new to James, one I've used in the past, actually as a trailer for swim jigs. And that is, I'll go with the one I know, the Diesel Minnows, which you actually have the big boy, the 5-incher, which this boy would be fun to throw on the back. Just a nice paddle tail.
I mean, in that size and how girthy it is, you could throw that on just a weighted EWG and swim that bit.
Yeah, you definitely could. And I'm not going to lie, it'd probably be a great presentation. I think they do have a bigger size than this, too. It's a very small boot tail. Yeah, another great paddle tail option. And then the new one to the collection of James is the scented paddlers. Now I'm seeing a pattern here, James, with the scented.
I'm liking the scented. Like when I went with the jerk shads, I feel like the scent is helping. I mean, I have no legitimate scientific method that I did to see, but
from what I've heard about scent, I've heard so many different things, right? I've heard that a bass, basically like, if I got to McDonald's, I could taste my cheeseburger before I ordered it. That's how a bass tastes things. I've heard that. But then I've also heard they don't taste squat, except they put it in their mouth. And then when they put it in their mouth, if they taste it, they'll hold on to it longer. Yeah. And that's the theory I'm sticking with. But everybody's allowed to have a theory and thought about whatever way they want. But if you think scent helps you, then yeah, I would definitely.
If it boosts my confidence, it's worth it.
Confidence is key.
Yep.
So.
And their scent is a super gel that's made supposedly 100% real bait.
Yeah, it looks like real poop.
Yeah.
Looks like real poop.
Ground up processed bait.
All I'm saying is, listeners, if you're putting on any of these scented baits from Z-Man, you're not eating your peanut butter and jelly afterwards.
No. Make sure you wipe it off on your buddy's beard first.
Okay. Well, that's just rude. But
yeah, I have not thrown these yet. I just got these in the mail this week. They do have that segmented body on it like a chatter shad, which is what it pulled me towards them. I plan to throw it on like ball head jigs in the river this weekend, hopefully.
Oh, yes. There shall be some river action this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, here in Ohio, we're going to have almost 70 degrees tomorrow. It might be the last time we see that kind of weather. So, yours truly's will definitely be out in the river tomorrow. So, wish us luck. But yeah, I think that's the end of the lure light. Let's get on.
Is there anything else in Z-Man that we...
Well, we talked last week. We talked about the swim jig, the cross-eye swim jig. Which, by the way, sorry we didn't get a lure light video out. We apologize. I didn't really think it would make sense to make that video because there's not much I can show you about that jig. I mean, I can show you how to rig up a paddle tail on the back or a crawl, but I mean, it's very self-explanatory. You just eyeball it up, and then you just set yourself an exit point, and then you go in, come out.
I had a skirtless chatter from them recently. I don't know what they actually called it.
Was it the Willow Vibe?
I think it might have been the Willow Vibe. No. Yes.
Because it's got that, like, oval vibrating. Yeah. It's a vibrating head with basically a ball head jig.
Yeah, exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I really liked the action on it. It looked good, and it stood up in the water like a Ned rig when it hit the bottom. That ball head was perfect.
So, yo-yo action real nice.
Yo-yo was perfect.
Okay.
Although I will say I did lose it in the river after getting a couple bites but no catches.
Before we get out of the lure light real quick, what are a few products from Z-Man that you're really interested in getting still? Mine, Swag LT.
Swag LT does look good. I want to see you use it, and you might turn me to it.
So I think 2 different sizes there. I think there's a 5 and a 6. You've got your line through, availability of a treble hook in the bottom or top, and a single hook top. I've never used a line through swim bait before, but with getting into this kind of bigger swim bait game, swim bait thing, I think it's going to be a contender for me as a budget item. They're not super cheap. I think they're like, what are they, $15.99, $12.99, somewhere around there. I
priced them actually.
But the Elastec alone makes me giddy like a schoolgirl because I know it's going to last forever. What about their fuzzy products?
Haven't tried their fuzzy. I'm very interested in the fuzzy bug.
Okay, yep.
More than the fuzzy TRD.
Same, and more than the dye.
I will say yes, more than the dye, but the dye's second, and I really want to try it out and see how it compares to the Q-Bomb.
Yes. Well, okay, so I want to see, so you know how we saw the Veritas hook system?
Yeah.
That's what I think the Elastec one will be good for, the dye, because it'll float off the bottom while that weight will be down at the bottom, right? And I'm all about keeping my hook off the bottom because we got these just trash bottoms around here, right? So the bug entices me the most now because if you remember, I was super excited about the dye at first.
Yeah.
But me catching on that Imo Kamushi bug, that has changed me.
Yeah.
That has changed my thought about the dye baits and the fuzzy baits and them being a bug presentation instead of like a dye presentation.
Yes.
So I think that's going to be very, very interesting. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I can think of off the top of my head.
So I will say about the fuzzy dice that I like about Z-Mans, what intrigues me to try it over the Q-Bomb right now is, excuse me when I say this wrong, it is a dodecahedron, so it's got a lot of points on the dice itself.
So the 20-sided die.
It's supposed to be so you can hook more in more places easier.
Can I tell you? Remember, before I got the Q-Bomb, I was super into the tumbleweed. Mm-hmm. And it is a, I believe, 10 or 12-sided die, or decahede, whatever, Dre, or whatever not. R.I.P. To my brain, because I can't even compute what that would be. But, so, I think that it would be, I don't know, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they're going to offer differently with that Elastec than the SAF material that we've been used to, other than the Kamushi bomb, because that is Elastec that I've been using. The Kamushi bug, that is Elastec, and I've loved that thing.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
So there's 2 others we've talked about on previous episodes of theirs that we haven't tried yet that we want to. One's the Trick Shot.
Yep.
And the other is, what was the worm, the 6-inch?
Oh, the Mag Fatties or whatever?
Yeah, Fatty.
The Fatties. So yes, there's 2. That's a Nico, both Nico style rigs, basically.
And then there's one thing that we have tried and have talked about before that we cannot
there's one
say
big
a
thing.
Lot about.
There's one big thing that we have not even talked about, and it's
use it everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's the rattlesnaker.
Yeah, we didn't even say a word about that. And that's so funny because that was like one of the keynotes of this. Yeah, the rattlesnaker. You pair that with their tungsten rattlesnake weights, and you have yourself the Nico magic that you need for any Elastec plastic you are using. I've used that thing on Nico plastics, Z-Man plastics. I've used that thing on a couple of other Elastec plastics I can't think of right now.
You know, I kind of want to use it on a Crush City cleanup crawl now.
Yeah, you could do that, but it's regular plastisol. But shit, you can do it.
No,
It don't matter. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. But and then we're not even talking about the rattles. Oh my goodness, bro! You put that in almost anything in that. I mean, my PB is on a Q bomb with a rattle in it, and there was many days I caught double-digit fish that I attested to that rattle. So, and I don't know. I don't know if that just became confidence or if that was a real thing, but
Hey, 90% of my jerk shad catches have been with a rattle in them.
yeah. And it's because it's supposed to sound like a feeding bait fish.
Yeah.
And I think during the summer, when we were crawling stuff on the bottom, that was key. It was so key. So yeah, that right there. If you're not fishing Z-Man products, cool, whatever. You don't like them, fine. But you got to get that Z-Man rattlesnaker tool. It is a game changer, and I try to use that word loosely or tightly.
Tightly.
Whichever lead we got to use it as. That's the way I'm trying to use it. Anyway. But yeah, it's a great thing. What was the first item I put the rattle in? Was it the Q-bomb?
It was for me.
Because beforehand, when I was using Elastec, I was using the, they have the shroom head Nico weights, and it literally just looks like a shroom metal, like bottom metal, and it's just a shaft with 2 spikes on the side. And I mean, it would work, but my problem is sometimes when you were trying to shove it in the plastic, you're shoving so awkwardly it would go sideways. Now your worm's crooked.
Yeah.
But this rattlesnaker tool, hint, hint, nod, nod, with this being the winter episode, might become a key to me because I'm thinking if we can't use Ned rigs in some of the areas we can't use Ned rigs, I'm just going to put a weight in that TRD and I'm going to use it like a Nico rig.
There you go.
Why not?
Weight in one end, rattle in the other.
Yeah.
Hook in the middle.
Fish it. Love it.
Throw it.
All day, every day. All right. Back to the pod. All right, so this week we're doing Would You Rathers instead of Kyle's Corner, right?
Yep.
All right, so are we going to do the traditional James starts, or are we going to switch it up?
I can start out with a nice, easy, quick one for you.
All right, let's do it.
Would you rather take a fishing trip to a cabin on a lake and stay on that lake for a whole trip, or would you rather take a houseboat down a river?
Ooh,
I'm
now
taking
what
a
kind
houseboat
of
down the river.
Yeah, but where is this located at? I want to know. If I
Like,
can.
is it our choice of river?
Right.
Yeah, I'll give you your choice of river. It's your choice of lake as well.
Oh, it's
Oh yeah,
definitely house.
Houseboat. A whole day,
Houseboat?
every day.
100%.
The only thing that gave me pause on the houseboat is you're not guaranteed, like
What,
if you're picking
accessibility?
your lake, you can pick yourself a lake or you're going to catch. You can pick a river you're going to catch, but that doesn't mean you're going to catch on it every segment you're in.
I mean, I
True,
think
but
just
I
being
could
on a
get on-
houseboat in general and fishing off of it would be an experience itself.
Agreed there. And I also used I could choose any river, so I could just say Mississippi. I could travel all the way from the
Nope.
top of the U.S.
Yeah, I'm
all the
trusting
way
Matt
to the
like we're going
bottom.
together.
Well, you're also on a time read. This is a trip. You're not.
Yeah,
not
but
gonna spend
it's a
months
month
down
trip.
there.
It's a month trip.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
all
plenty
I'm
of
saying
time.
is. All I'm saying is,
If you don't
can't
catch
a
one
down
fish,
the entire
right.
Mississippi, I suck.
That's where I was at.
That's what I'm at. Like, if I can't catch a fish the entire time, I'm ass.
Oh,
I mean,
man,
don't
that's
get me
horrible.
wrong, brothers. I'm just playing devil's advocate because I'm picking the houseboat every day because that's like my
Right.
retirement dream would be retire to a houseboat and never leave the water.
Yes, never. Like, never leave the water. Always constantly have a rod in hand. That'd be amazing. All right, that's a good one. Good.
That was a good one.
Good would you rather. All right, Kyle, what you got for us?
Okay, I got, would you rather have all your soft plastics melt together or all of your treble hooks and line tangled up together when you need leaner line while you're out fishing.
Okay, so like basically this is like which shittier situation would
Exactly.
you rather stumble upon? Okay. Now my question, just one quick rebuttal question. Now the soft plastics, is that all I got? Like that's all I got?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all your soft plastics. Now now it doesn't say that they're not salvageable, but I would say most likely
I'm
they're
going
not
soft
together.
I'm going to go soft plastics, and hear me out. This is why. Because if I got a big old blob of soft plastic, I could at least cut a worm out of it.
I've seen some weird shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen some weird shit. So I think I could at least make something out of that blob that I could successfully catch a fish on.
Have like 6 paddle tails and 2 faces.
Yeah. Like 3 flukes melted together. I just hook one in the middle and just throw it out there.
Oh my goodness.
Grab my bait ball.
James like, I've seen him eat a turd before. It's fine. That's cool.
That's great.
Because treble hooks. I'm telling you, man, when you go to like that crankbait box and you open it up and you pull one out and it pulls 27 with it, and you're like, oh my god.
Yep, I'm throwing something else.
Yeah, it's
Right.
this box. I'm gonna go home and throw this in a bonfire. So that's what I'm picking.
Yeah, I'm with you.
What are you picking, Kyle?
I mean, I kind of didn't think that was really a choice, but I mean, I'd probably have to go with soft plastics, honestly, because honestly, me trying to untangle all that together, I would just end up poking the hell out of myself. I would have just threw everything into the pond. So I'm going with soft plastic.
All right. So we all agreed so far on pretty much everybody's would you rather's.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You gonna divide us?
I don't know. We're gonna see. So I thought I'd used this one before. I asked James, I think maybe if I had, and he said I didn't. So I'm gonna use it anyway. In a fishing year, so however long you fish in a year, your fishing year,
January 1 to January 1 now.
right? You catch 500 fish, but not any of them are gonna be over 2 pounds. Or in your fishing year, catch 25 fish guaranteed to be 8+ pounds.
Plus pounds, like how many pounds?
8+. So it's just guaranteed.
8+. Okay.
It's guaranteed to be 8+ pounds.
Okay. Yeah, I'm taking that 25.
That's kind of what I'm going to go with. That's when I made the question, I knew immediately that's what I'm choosing. But I know how hard it is to pass up. I mean, 500 fish, that's a lot of fish.
I know how hard it is for you to go out and not catch nothing, Matt.
Well, yeah, we all know that. It's like, it's almost as bad as like winter depression.
It's okay. We all skunk.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you did divide us because I am going to disagree with both of you. As somebody who historically generally only catches around 25 fish in a fishing year, I'd rather take that 500. And if I know I'm only catching nothing over 2 pounds every time I go out, I will just creek fish.
I mean, 2 pounds for a smallmouth, I'm guessing. I mean, I've heard that they pull a lot harder, so I'm guessing, I mean, that would still be fun.
Throw me in the creeks and rivers, that way I'm more likely to catch those 2 pound smallies. That'll still be fun.
Yeah, but if I go in a river and fish nothing but a river for the entire year, I'm catching 25 8+ pounds.
Yeah, 25. Think about how often you go out fishing. You're going to hit that 25 limit in your first month.
But you're never
of spring.
catching anything over 2. You're never feeling that big tub.
You're fishing for a month and not the rest of the year.
Probably.
I said I want to make them fill my tug.
Yeah, you're not lying. I'll probably go fish for a month, get all those big ones out of the way, and sit back and sip on some margaritas while you catch your dinks.
Yeah, and you'll
If you
fish
like
for 2
pina
months. That second month,
colada.
you skunk the whole month. You'll break all your rods.
It's like I made this wish with the genie, and the 2 months are over, and then a month of not catching happens. I get back to the genie with a 9 mil, like, hey, we gonna change this, right? All right, that's good. All right, James. On to the next one.
All right, so would you rather go out bass fishing with a Barbie push button rod or a full heavy duty catfishing setup.
Oh.
Fishing for bass.
Oh.
Now, what's that one rod that my son had, Matt? That red one.
The red one. That's a dock demon.
Okay,
Is
so
that
I love that
No,
little thing, and
it's
I've
not.
seen plenty of people. I know, but it's,
Oh wait, it was a push button, wasn't it?
it was.
Yeah, it was a little dock demon
So,
about this big.
so am I able to change the push button, or does it have to be the Barbie one?
It has to be
It
Barbie.
has to be the Barbie.
Cause you gotta look classy.
So what, like the Thomas the Train one, or the Mickey Mouse one?
No, Kyle's like anyone but the Barbie. The catfishing rod is so not an option because
It really
you're not
isn't.
feeling anything ever.
That's why I'm trying to make this better for the Barbie.
Exactly.
Now on that catfishing rod, you can throw your big swim baits,
Ooh, this is true.
but you're not going to on your Barbie rod.
No. You could.
No, well,
But that
yeah.
Barbie rod doesn't exist.
Right.
Speaking, real quick side note before anyone answers, have you guys ever seen the video of the guy catching the sturgeon on a Barbie rod?
Mm-hmm.
No, I've
If
not.
you haven't seen that, Kyle, it is wild. It is wild.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll definitely have to look that up.
Rod
Yeah,
sturgeon.
just look up Barbie rod sturgeon, and dude, it's crazy. So, to answer your question, James, I'm going with the Barbie rod. And the reason why is because I'm throwing a Nico rig and I'm catching every fish I can.
Real quick side note on your Nico rig, I think you can use that in your winter just like you will your Ned, and just keep it nice and slow. We didn't mention the Nico in the.
I didn't because I was going to leave it as my sneaky.
Oh.
I was going to leave it as... So I've used the Nico rig all year long, from the first day of fishing until now. My plan is to use said Nico rig through the winter and see if it catches. And then basically I wanted to come out to listeners and be like, listen, here y'all. The Nico rig catches all year long. So I appreciate you bringing it up,
we'll
but
put
I was
that
gonna,
sneaky back in the pocket.
Sneaky back in Pandora's box.
Kyle, Barbie or catfish?
I was trying to make the Barbie a better, but I guess I'm going to have to go for the Barbie rod.
All right, yeah, we're all Barbie on that. Although I will say I never did say you couldn't spray paint it.
Hold on though.
Oh no, I was just trying to make the brand better.
I now have this hilarious envisionment of a guy traveling down the river in a nice kayak, and there's 3 dudes standing on the side with Barbie rods. Just like, hey man, what's up? You catching anything? That's amazing. All right, Kyle, on to yours.
All right. Would you rather step into a pond muck so deep it slurps your own shoe off, complete off, like it's gone, like you're
I've done
fucking
it.
one-footed, or fall in the muck and then come out smelling like a turtle orgy?
I've done the shoe before.
Oh yeah.
At Rosewood, when they started shrinking it, and me and Ben went out, I caught first cast. I catch this nice fish, and Ben goes, "How are you gonna get back to the water?" And I was like, "Ben, that's a great question," because there's like 3 foot of muck between me and the water. So I walked my ass all the way out there and put him in the water, and I'm on my way back, and I fell in about half my shin deep, and man, it took my Croc's life.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've done it quite a few times in the creeks.
So I'm gonna go with that because I've done it
without
before.
the shoe?
It wasn't as terrible. But if I fall in and smell like crap, I'm probably gonna have to go home. Like that's an immediate KO.
Oh, yeah.
I'm out. I'm going home. I cannot smell like this the whole fishing trip. I'm out.
Right,
But if my
right.
foot and leg smells like it, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going footed.
All right. I'm going the same way with the foot.
Dang, we are really all like siding with each other. Let's see if I divide us again. This is almost not a it is a would you rather, but it's almost like a triple would you rather. If you only could fish one column of the water, what column of the water would you fish?
Bottom. Catches almost year round.
Yeah. But that means like bottom.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll throw a net. I'll throw a net all year long. I will drop
Nico
a
rig,
football jig, a swim jig on the bottom.
Yep. I'm
A
not just
ball head jig.
Hey, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate because I'm choosing the same thing as you. I just wondered if anybody else would choose because listen, I know most people's favorite in the world is topwater, and you're getting rid of that. And again, I didn't say you were going to catch all year long on said column, but you're choosing one. So I get it. What about you, Kyle? You choosing bottom as well?
No, I was thinking top, honestly.
See,
I love me,
might...
dude. I love some top water. Right when you see them come out the water and snatch that, I do like it into the water, like a Nico, especially if it's clear water and you can see it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's my favorite. Clear water, watching them grab something
right.
in the water.
I just love watching them grab it, snack it, and it's like, oh, I just got something. Like, no, you didn't.
Right? It's like, ha, it's fake.
My trophy.
I'm with you, Kyle. A topwater blow up is like the end all. It's the best. But you're only going to get to fish certain times a year.
I don't think topwater is end all be all, but go ahead.
Oh, that blow up? Oh, man.
Nope. I still, like Kyle just said, it clear water, then biting in the water. That to
and
me
you can
is
see it
better.
personally, like
And
right there.
That to me is better than any topwater strike I've ever had.
That is neat.
Whereas a topwater blow up, you can see on any condition of water when it happens.
True. But I mean, even sometimes in dark water, I'm reeling in, and then you just see that flash real quick. That gets me more than a topwater blow up does.
Okay.
So Kyle's going topwater, huh?
Yes, sir.
Dang. So I did divide us again. Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, fun little would you rather section.
Yeah, boys, I've got a little surprise segment here.
Oh.
That I did not tell either of you about to start this out with. So next week is our going to be our Thanksgiving episode. So I was going to do this next week, but I didn't want to encroach on Thanksgiving. But a certain somebody's birthday is coming up.
Jeez.
So,
oh man, why is he doing things? What's he doing? What's he got?
Your boy got a birthday present to open up today.
Schnizzle,
especially because this is the last warm day of water.
What do we got? All right, guys. Hold on. First things first. No, I did not know about this. Kyle, did you know about this?
No, I did not.
Oh, damn. All right. Well, yes, my birthday is coming up. I'm going to be a little bit older of a man. But hold on. The wrapping paper on this is immaculate. My dude does a great wrapping job. We got Spider-Man in the house. It's wrapped with Spider-Man. I wish you could see this right now, Kyle. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. But let's see what we got. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's open this up. I'm excited. I did not know nothing about this. This is... Oh boy, Kyle! I already know what this is.
Do you suddenly realize how sad I was that you said you didn't have a baitcaster?
I now realize how sad you were. Oh my God, Kyle! Oh my God, Kyle!
What'd you get, brother?
Oh my God, dude! You have to come out now. You have to. Hold on. Let's see. Give us a second, listeners. Hold on. We're gonna see something. All right, you see James's screen? He's about to pull up what I have in my hands.
I'm looking.
More than a... Dude. Which one did we get, though? Oh my God, this is fucking amazing. Holy shit, dude.
Man, well, are you going to at least tell the listeners?
Hold on, I gotta... Oh! Dude, yes! Oh my gosh, James, I love you. You are... This is the reason James is and will forever be one of my best buddies. Oh my gosh. That color right there is that what the I'm color? Holding in my hands.
Oh, yep. Yeah, dude, that's freaking sweet.
Dude. See how you get this sucker out of here.
That's sweet.
Yeah, this thing is dope as shit, brother. Thank you. So, listeners, I have in my hand right now the Cinch Fishing Artisan Gill Swim Bait. I'm assuming this is probably the 90 millimeter.
Yes.
Got a 90 millimeter, And we have it in the albino color, and this thing looks amazing. Oh my gosh, this looks so good, James. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. This is sick, sweet. Bro. Oh yeah, Kyle, you definitely gonna have to go out now just to see this thing. Oh, look, you got his little signature right there. Oh, that is so... You gotta take a look at that, dude. That is some craftsmanship right there. That's sick. And it's 7/8 ounce, so I'll be able to throw it on my combo today. So it will get thrown today, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Something to talk about for the next time.
Let's take a look at the box and the packaging. Could you put those clips back on there by any chance? Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So it comes with a nice little package. It comes with like this nice little card in it. Oh, dude. It comes with a... Oh, what? Certified authenticity. Oh, this is sick. And a little... Oh, dude, look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. Is that like a patch? Oh my gosh, it is. It's a sticker patch. Oh, this is dope. This is going on my desk.
If anyone didn't know, he's got a bunch of stickers on his desk.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, Matt loves stickers, and he puts them all over his desk. I have a ton, but this'll make a great spot. Thank you so much, James. This is awesome. James knows his boy is getting into the swim bait game, and this will definitely grow to his collection. I don't think that's how it's supposed to go, but
yeah, because then
we'll figure this boxing out. But yes, this was a big surprise, and I understand why you did it because of the Thanksgiving episode. Oh, you're right. It's okay. So yeah, I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate you a lot.
You're welcome, sir.
Oh, that's definitely the homie hookup right there. That's brotherly love.
That is brotherly love. I can't wait, Kyle. I can't wait for you to see it, brother. That's amazing. It's just beautiful. Oh yeah, it's gonna get so warped. All right, well, hey, that was a great episode. It got even better right there at the end.
Oh boy.
Anyway, winter fishing. I hope everybody else gets out there and does some of their own. Don't just put your rods away like we used to. Just get you some winter gear. Get out there, and maybe you will catch yourself a PB, or maybe just have a great day of catching some nice winter fish. Other than that, I think that's enough from us here. Small Ponds, Big Dreams. Tight lines.
Tight lines.
Tight lines.